Anybody do anything fun for the weekend?
I actually kind of forgot the weekend happened.
So that would be a no.
That would be a no.
No, nothing fun.
I went to my uncle's 60th birthday party in Tulsa on Saturday.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Uncle Clint. So happy birthday,
Happy
Uncle Clint.
birthday.
Happy
Uncle
birthday.
Clint.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, what'd you do? Like, what were some of the
We
activities?
had a party there. No activities really. He is 60, not 6.
I mean, he knows how to shake a leg.
Yeah, there wasn't, pin the tail on the donkey or anything.
Oh my gosh, that was the first thing that popped
No,
into my head.
that's what popped in my head as well.
Okay, great.
No piñata.
Nope.
Okay.
Bouncy castle.
Nope.
Okay.
It was just a birthday party.
You should call me next time. I know how to do a party.
Probably it would have been more interesting if you were there too.
I can get the DJ going. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait, do you DJ?
No.
Oh.
I'm just joking.
I bet you
she
could,
knows.
though.
She knows some DJs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Know some people.
All
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, so Drew, we have T with us. T Leslie. How do you pronounce your first name so we don't mess it up?
It is Ternesia.
Ternesia.
So T.
I love that.
T
Yes.
is fine. Yeah.
You're from Georgia.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also a store lead.
Yes, ma'am. Newly promoted store.
Newly
Congratulations.
promoted. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Let me
Thank
get
you.
it right. Let me get it right.
Hey.
Congrats. So
Yes.
you were a
Thank you.
coach?
Yes, I was a coach.
Was it in the same store or a different store?
I was a coach in an academy. And then I got
okay.
promoted to a complex store lead.
Okay. Oh wow. So you're now in a complex store. Okay.
Awesome.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
So where is the store exactly that you're in? Like where in Georgia?
Metro Atlanta. So the
it
store
is Metro Atlanta. Okay.
It is Metro Atlanta. So the store I am working in is in East Point.
Okay.
Shout out to store 6998.
Hey, there we go.
I see you guys. Thank you guys for all you're doing. But yeah, it's Metro Atlanta.
Did you ever in your wildest dreams think you were going to be a store lead when you first started at Walmart?
No, absolutely.
What did you
not.
start doing?
I started as a sales floor associate in groceries. So I was running returns and zoning. Walmart was supposed to be like a 6-month thing for me after college. I was just like, I'm
We hear
do this.
don't we hear that like all
All
the
the
time? It's amazing.
And 9 years later,
Wow.
Wow.
a few positions later.
So Parttime Associate is how you started.
Yep.
And you're like, I just need to get some money, get some, just get a job,
Yeah, just moved back home.
just move back home.
Yep.
Got it.
And it just kind of developed from there. So I think I went overnight for a few months, and then I came back to days, and they needed some help at another store.
Yeah.
I went there. The store manager was like, hey, I want to keep you. I was just like, okay, because I don't got nothing else going on. And it's like, is it full time? And she was just like, for sure. And I was just like, awesome. So I became a support manager, but it was like one of those small format stores.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked? Have you ever
Like
been
a
in
neighborhood
this-
market?
No, smaller. More like
like
CVS.
Like Express?
like
Yes.
on
Oh, so
yeah,
you worked
yeah.
in the Express
Yeah,
stores.
yes,
Okay. Yep.
Small format, really small,
Yeah.
kind of as big as this room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Express stores. Yeah.
Awesome. And it's ran by only support staff. So everybody is cross-trained and everything. So if you do the receiving, you do the claims, you do the cash office, you do every aspect of the building. And then I was offered a personal support manager role in the neighborhood market. And I did that for a year and some change. And then my market HR, he was just like, hey, I want you to come on and get promoted. So, and I was like, okay. And I got promoted and to an assistant manager. And from there, I just
Moved your way through.
kept moving. Yeah.
As a
love
coach,
that.
which area of the building did you run as a coach?
Honestly, the right answer is total box, but
Yeah.
my responsibility was the front end, and then I transitioned to food, fresh, and consumables.
Okay, got it. So that was your last coach position.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
you've worked in like all the different formats: express store, neighborhood market,
Yeah.
super center,
That's so
now
cool.
complex super center.
Yeah.
Did you plan that out? Did you plan your career, or did it just kind of happen? Like, how do you go from being a part-time, I just need a job, to now you're a store lead inside of a store?
realistically, just being able to adapt. Learning new things is kind of like exciting. So, any role you put me in, I'm going to try. My passion is to master it so I can teach it. It's hard to teach something you don't really understand. So everything is like exciting when you learn something new. It's like, oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was kind of what kept me going. So every opportunity was just me being able to conquer something else, So
Got it.
I didn't really have a plan.
It's kind of one of those things where, sometimes you don't have a career plan, right? Some people do. Somebody's very like, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing. And then for others, they just kind of, you work hard.
Yeah.
You're flexible. You're adaptable. You build relationships, and those relationships and that work ethic kind of turns into different jobs.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's how it happened for you.
For me, they're always bittersweet though, because you put so much into your team, and then it's kind of like the blood and sweat you have to do to develop a team the right way.
Sure.
And then they as you see them grow and progress, and now you got to go.
I love that though, because in our previous conversation, development was a huge thing for you.
I'm very passionate about that. Yeah.
Tell me more about that. What do you enjoy about developing other people, and especially you as well?
I can talk about that all day.
We got an hour.
So. Right.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
I just get excited. I've been lucky enough to have great leadership in every format that I went into, and they just. Anything that I wanted to know, my leaders were just like, here, T, come and learn this. And, T.
I love that.
Learn
so
that,
Yes.
Right. So, and because I think that attributes a lot to my career and how the momentum it's been on, I want to give that back. So, and a lot of times you have these associates that want to do right. Like I told you, nobody comes to work and be like, I'm going to suck today.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's just about trying to meet people where they are, and then trying to develop them for what they want. And I get excited at doing that, because when you start to see it unfold, oh my God, it's amazing to see. Like a lot of this morning, one of my mentees called me. She texted me at 5:00 this morning, and she was like, T, I wanted you to be the first to know I got promoted as a coach.
Oh, how cool!
And I was like,
oh
my God. And she was just like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but she was just like, just thank you so much. But I get, this is more of like the excitement is more for me to see you do what I knew you wanted to do, and like to be able to achieve that. You know what I mean? Because that's what people deserve when they work hard. That's, if you want great leaders, you have to build them and, identify people where they are, develop them up, and get them going. If otherwise, what am I doing?
So I'm sure you were proud for, what's her name?
Louisiette. Shout out to Louisiette.
All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So you were proud for her.
Oh, absolutely.
How did it feel for you knowing that, like for you personally?
Just a sense of gratification. I feed off of that. That's my fire. Because, there's not, lack of a better word, I didn't go to school to, teach and train. Yeah. So when I see, everything that I put into my team pay off, whether it's like overcoming a process or, whether it's like, trying to teach level set or, teaching them how to act under pressure or how to merchandise or whatever it is that they want to overcome or become, and if I can push them in the right direction or kind of like evaluate and kind of like build on that, even if it's just like they got a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
It's not always like the instant, okay, I taught them this today. Tomorrow they got it. It's sometimes more than 9 times out of 10. It's like a long term process, but when they get it,
it's that light bulb moment.
Oh my God!
Yes, it sounds like it comes very naturally to you.
I guess. I mean,
where does it come from?
Yeah,
like outside of work, where does that passion for people and passion for education come from for you?
Actually, so my mentor I took this test. He gave me this book, and it allowed me. It's kind of like based on managerial strengths.
Yeah.
I hate that he's gonna
be like, I can't believe you don't remember
right.
the book.
But the book told me that my strengths are I'm an arranger. I am a individual. Is it individualism or something like that?
Yeah.
What else am I? I'm an empath. So, all of those things basically says I'm a creative sensitive.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to look up this book.
Right.
I want to do this. I want to take this test.
I am. What did you say? What are you?
I actually
A
have
ranger?
I'm an arranger, but top 5 strength finder survey.
Strength finder.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a strength finder survey.
Strength finder survey.
And my strengths are I'm restorative, connectiveness, arranger, individualization, and empathy.
Ooh.
There you go.
So I get a kick out of being able to see something that might not necessarily be right and trying to figure out, like, chaos or unorganized chaos gives me like, oh my God, I could do this.
Yeah, nice.
You know,
Nice.
it's kind of like I work well under pressure.
Yeah, sure.
You know, or
You'll make a good store lead.
right, or being able to the biggest one for me was the individualization. That's the ability to take individual strengths and figure out how they work better in a team to make the team successful.
Oh, nice. I like that.
That's basically what
Wow.
yeah. So I guess those are just my kind of personality
Yeah.
traits. I didn't really go to school to
Yeah.
be that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
What did you
love
do
that.
before Walmart?
I went to college.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I've been working since I was 14.
Yeah.
I've always had a job. 2 and 3 at a time, to be
Got it.
completely
Wow.
honest.
Yeah.
Sonic, Burger King,
There you
you
go.
name it.
There
I've
you
done
go.
it. You know,
Which school did you go to?
Georgia Southern. Shout out to GSU, True Blue,
Oh, nice.
Georgia Southern University.
What'd you study there?
I am a general studies major. I
Got
wanted
it.
to be an accountant, believe it or not.
Ah,
Right.
really?
Until,
Until you took some classes? And then you're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be an accountant anymore.
like 2 semesters in, and my advisor's like, maybe we
Yeah.
need to talk.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
great personality.
Yes.
Love what you got going on.
Wow.
This
That's
might
usually
not
how
be-
my feedback
You
starts.
got a great personality.
Right.
There are a lot of things for you to work on.
Absolutely.
That is so neat. I mean, developing people is hard. It doesn't come by naturally
Yeah,
for
it
quite
doesn't.
a few people. What have you been able to do with some of your peers that might be interested in trying to kind of, do a little bit of what T does and help develop their team?
Oh, well, when it comes to like peer to peer,
Yeah.
it's more so about letting your guard down and being supportive. In order for people to take the feedback, they got to trust you.
Yes.
And it has
true.
to be genuine and pure,
right.
because otherwise it just comes off as a know-it-all, and you're trying to tell me how to do my
Yes.
business, you know.
Yeah.
And you have to let them know that no, I'm a cheerleader. Like I'm a supportive. My role right now is to support you. So what do you need from me? You know what I mean? Because, not for lack of a better word, I do believe what is for me is for me. And what is for you is for you. And however because what you might want might not be what I want, and vice versa. So I can be a cheerleader,
Wow.
I think
like
that's actually part of like the development aspect.
Yeah.
You got to be able to take yourself out of the situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you don't develop for yourself. But it's more so like when you have those engaged, empowered associates. I had an associate come in the office to me yesterday, and she was just like, "Can I talk to you?" I was like, "Sure, go ahead," And she's just like, "I want to be a team lead." And you brought it up in the huddle about, the positions that are going to be available. And, you said you would, if we had questions, we can come talk to you. What do I need to do? Like, how can I be, a team lead? And
I like how you bring up not only the opportunity that you've had over the past 9 years, but the opportunity that you help create now as a leader, right?
Yeah.
And you're creating opportunity for your team.
paying it forward.
Yeah, paying
I
it
feel
forward,
like
right?
I'm trying to pay it forward.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to hear from leaders that understand all the different opportunity at Walmart. And I love talking to people like yourself, T, that have done a lot of different things, because sometimes we kind of put ourselves in a box of, hey, here's what I can do. But you've gone to all these different stores. You've been in almost like an HR type role. You've been in an operator. You've worked in an academy store. And those different experiences is probably what's prepared you for this store lead role.
I never thought about it like that. Probably so.
Right?
Yeah.
It's all those different little things, those experiences that we all have had that lead us to where we're at today, right?
Right.
Which is interesting. When you think through that, what are some of the experiences that you cherish the most in your career that has helped prepare you to be a store lead and hopefully someday be a store manager?
Building relationships with people. Yeah, I think that's because as long as if I don't know anything or if I don't know something, I know someone who does.
It's building that network.
Right,
We've heard that
you know
several
what I mean?
times.
Yep.
Yeah. I know you
Yeah.
have to be and you don't have to be a talkative person like me, but it's just about like getting out there, and like you have to reciprocate that too, though.
Yeah,
like
sure.
you have to
Right.
be the person you want. So my mentor always pushes me he'd be like, T, what did you complete today? Always complete something. You know, and I call him and I'm fired up about something, and he's just like, oh, it's okay, calm down. What did you complete? Okay.
Yeah.
What is attainable to accomplish?
Yeah, because you can't do it all, right?
Can't do it all, you know. But just, even having him as a resource, or my market manager as a resource, or the coaches that I work with, or my store leads that were my bosses at the time. Just trying to keep those relationships as, intact as I possibly can, because I never know where I'm going to be.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
And you always are going to need people. It's about people. If people understand that in this company, the teaming is important, but the people are more important.
Yeah.
You will not be successful without.
It's almost like you're more in the people business than you are in the retail business.
That's kind of sort of.
Kind of feels that way, right?
It didn't intentionally be like that. I think that happened from when I went to personnel, when I was a personnel support manager.
Yeah.
And I learned about, the rules and the guidelines and all of those things. And then, I know how I want to be treated. So,
That's right.
I lead with that,
That's
know.
right.
And then I know how needy I am as a manager. So I'm like, okay, so you put all of those things together, and I just try to pay it forward.
Yeah, sure.
Give what I've been given.
What do you like to do outside of work?
At work, I'm just joking. I go to the parks.
Oh,
I go to the park.
I love that.
In Atlanta, Piedmont Park is the place to be on a Sunday.
What are the activities there?
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
So, those little scooters are like the new thing.
Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
electric
The
scooters.
electrical one?
Yeah, there's like jumping houses, food,
This
all
is where
type
we
of
should
vendors.
have had the party.
Yeah,
My uncle's party?
yeah.
Okay.
It would have been a lot better.
Who's your mentors outside of work? Anybody that has shaped your life? And
Oh, totally. So I am a part of the Big Brother Big Sister program.
okay.
So I'm a little. Technically, I'm a big.
I love that.
So that program really helped shape your life?
Oh,
Yeah.
it takes a village.
Yeah, it does.
I think that's kind of
does.
part of why I'm the one. Maybe that we probably might have had
Yeah.
a full
Oh my
circle
goodness.
moment, But I do believe it takes a village. I'm one of 6 kids,
Wow.
and I'm the only girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Where are you in the 6?
wow, in the middle.
Right in the middle, huh?
Oh.
3 top, 3 bottom.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Yeah.
So the
Very
the
cool.
big sister, big brother program really helped support
Yeah,
you.
yeah. But honestly, we all had big brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
My mom, she had a lot of kids, and they were just like, "You're gonna need help with those."
Yeah.
So we all have our own
Yeah.
personal big sisters
That's
and
That's
brothers.
neat.
great.
I don't think people give enough credit to that program
Yeah.
because it does a lot.
Yeah,
It helps a lot.
Oh my
does.
God, yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
If
for
I
sure.
could really get back into it, I definitely would.
That's awesome.
It's a goal of mine.
Good for
Yeah,
you.
no, I
Maybe
love
one
that.
day. Maybe
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No, hearing that you've had so many mentors inside of Walmart, outside of Walmart, how do you kind of go on that path? So if there's somebody in your store that is looking for that type of relationship of, I need somebody to help mentor me through this, what are some pieces of advice that you'd give them to kind of start down that path?
Well, it first starts with the conversation. You gotta know who you're talking to. I spoke about that earlier. You got to meet people where they are, kind of a situation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I attach myself to strong leaders. Like I like those.
that.
Like when I meet people and I feel like, oh, I can learn something.
You can learn
from
something
them.
from them,
Yeah.
right?
Or I see something myself and I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? What you doing today? Oh,
That's such
you
a
know,
good skill, though, and it's hard to kind of build that or practice it if it doesn't come naturally.
Well,
It's so uncomfortable.
I don't know why people wouldn't use that, because I originally was copying people. It started as
Yeah.
me copying the
Yeah.
good people.
Yes.
Like,
So
if
true.
I wanted to be good,
Yep.
I'm like, and this is who's the top performer, I'm copying them.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like even when it comes down to when managers have one-on-ones with associates, if I respect them and I look up to them, I'll sit back and I'll just watch how they interact with their team. Just
So
based off
important
the
to sit back
verbiage.
and
Yeah,
look.
You know
that's
what I
so
mean?
true.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
a great point. I haven't is if I even think back on my career, you find people that I love finding people that do things like the best.
Yep,
Right?
that's
And
it.
it's the people that
Yeah.
are around you. I'm not talking about like world
World, yeah.
people, but just people around you that, like, man, they are amazing at
Yep.
this. And learning from them. You may not be able to emulate them exactly, but you can pick
But
a
you can make
couple
it your
things.
own.
Yeah, you can make it your own,
Yep.
right?
Put your spin on it.
Yeah, you can take a couple of things and say, all right, I'm gonna move that into the way I do things.
Or if I try it this way,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you a visual learner more than
Hands-on, and I'm hands-on.
Hands-on,
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
me
I
too.
am visual too. I don't have to touch the stove after you get burnt from it to learn that it's hot.
Right.
Yeah.
But I am very hands-on.
Yeah,
Yes.
hands-on and visual. So am I.
Yeah.
So I like seeing it and doing it. It's way more. It's more meaningful to me.
And learning, like I was telling Alexis. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was telling Alexis, I'm dyslexic.
Ah,
so
am I.
Hey.
So learning, I had to learn how to learn.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I learned it very late in my educational career. I learned it in college.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure
Well,
out how.
I was in my 30s, so.
See, and
Yeah.
then like I was struggling, and I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out. I was putting so much time in it, and it just was not. That's why my
Made me so frustrated.
right,
Yes.
And my counselor was like, "Well, how about you come to tutoring?" And my tutor suggested I take a test,
Uh,
and then I found out, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "Okay, so what am I going to do? Like, I'm paying for
the things start
Yeah.
clicking.
Right.
You're like, oh, that's
Right.
why things are so
right,
different,
or
right?
I mix things up, or I say things
Yeah,
backwards, or
yeah.
numbers look like they flip. It's
Yeah.
just so crazy, but I overcame it. So
Mm.
that lets me know that there's obstacles are illusions.
Yep.
If you settle for what is in front, the wall,
Yeah.
you never know. You might can climb over it
Yeah.
or walk around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's so true.
it's about what your mind frame is. I think I'm an optimist. Like I look at the glass half full more so than my associates always say, T, you're always piped up on team spirit. And it's just like, cause we could do it.
I love that.
Like, let's go get it. I want to be great. I want to be one of the greats, and we're going to be great, and you're going to be great because you want to be great. Like,
That's
Oh, I
right.
love that culture.
yeah,
right.
yeah. Oh,
Yep.
Let's dig into that a little bit. So, we said this. We interviewed the store manager of the year, a couple of them.
Yeah.
And one of the questions we had is, to be the best at something, anything, whatever it is. It could be chess. It could be curling. We talked about curling. It could be being a store manager, whatever it is. When you're the best of something, it takes effort. It takes grit. It takes years of experience to get there. And it probably takes a lot of routines, a lot of small things, right? So when you think about, like for you personally, is there anything that you do in the course of a day? So take your day, whether it's before you get to the store, while you're at the store, or after you leave the store, but work related. Is there anything in your routine that you have that you think helps you be great at what you do?
Yeah, so I am very passionate about the huddles, and making sure my team knows everything. The more they know and the more they're informed, the better that they can do. I can't expect you to set a mod if you never knew how,
Yep.
or, if all of this freight is flowing in and you don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, when you set them up and they can move or, prepare better.
Yep.
I just think it's important I'm passionate about making sure my team is well informed on.
So that communication. So for those of you that don't know, huddles is moments throughout the day in the store with either small teams or larger teams where it's a chance to communicate. Sometimes it's 2 minutes, sometimes it's 15 minutes. But it's those communication channels. So what you're saying is you use those religiously each day.
And planning.
Yep.
So I always take at least an hour or two, whether it's usually at the end of my shift, and just look over the calendars, read the amps, just deep dive. And because how am I going to give them the information if I don't know the information or if I'm not aware of the information? Or if I'm trying to teach a new process, I try to engage in whatever I'm learning. So when this pick kind of rolled out, one of the go-dos was to go do it.
Yeah.
Go use VizPick and tell me what you learned type of a situation. So, I learned so much from doing it, and then, I'm able to get with Cap 1 and Cap 2 and overnight and Cap 3, I call them Cap 3, about how that works and how that affects. I always say A plus B equals C. You got to know how A plus B equals C. So being able to engage in that and put your hands on it and learn the process and actually do it, you can teach it better.
Yeah, that's right. Have you found out throughout your career that you've increased the amount of time that you spend planning? So like when you started as a team associate, you're really there to serve customers and to work with other associates. And then as you kind of go up to a team lead now, right, you weren't team lead, but as you then you start to plan a little bit. You start looking at maybe later today. You're looking at today for sure. As a coach, you should be thinking 2-3 days in advance, months in advance, hopefully. And then you as a store lead should be, and then once you get to store manager, have you seen the percentage of time that you spend planning increase as you've grown?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge for me because I'm so available to the associates.
Yeah.
I might have a few projects going on in the store that I've set in motion that I want to follow up on. But because I have to actually force and make myself take the time to do the operational things that are required for them to continue to be successful, he's right. It just takes a lot more time.
It takes more
Definitely.
time, right?
When do you connect with your associates? When is it that intentional time? Do you find yourself making intentional moments to say, ooh, you know what? I'm going to follow up with so-and-so because we had a conversation about this. Or do you just kind of let it organically happen?
When I was a coach, every associate that I had spent their first day with me. Like, I'm that involved in it,
Yeah, so everybody you hire spend a day with you.
Yeah, the first day.
Wow.
Just, not the whole day, but it's just like, good amount of time, just making sure that.
That's great.
That way when I give them to my team leads, who I'm working on being able to develop people in that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right now it's more so teaching them how to utilize the people and the resources because they're not department managers. They don't have specific area. They have multiple areas.
Yes.
And you can't do everything. You'll be overwhelmed. So I tried to make sure that I taught all the associates what I needed them to know. And then I would give them to the team lead. But now as a store lead, I just try to, I don't have a game plan for it. I just make sure when I see a new associate, I introduce myself. Hey, how are you? I'm Store Lead T. If you need me, just, don't hesitate to, stop me, or if I'm moving and you need something, or and I always tell them, because I'm always busy, if you tell me you need me and I forget, remind me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm human.
Absolutely.
awesome.
I'm only human. So if you need something and I promised and I didn't come through, you can call me out and remind me on that.
That's great.
So.
I love your passion for people. It's fantastic. It's really good.
Thank you, sir.
What did you notice about the team leads when you were a coach and you had that new associate that kind of joined you for a few hours during that day? How did that kind of help build your relationship with your team leads?
Trust and buy-in. So they knew then that, because I have high expectations. Like, I'm people related, but baby, we're going to meet those expectations because the process works and it works.
That's right.
Yes.
We spend a lot of money on those processes.
That's right.
And
That's right, T.
My store and my team
Keep going.
are the best. Okay.
Yep.
And there's sorry guys, but there's no team in this company better than mine. So if we can master these processes processes, we can master, like we'll be on process, like we'll win. It's a total you got to have that mind frame, you see what I'm saying? And I can't say, hey guys, we can go up the mountain if I don't really believe it, and I don't really walk what I talk, you know what I mean? It's just
that's great.
You know, the processes work. So I had to show my associates, I had to show my team leads for as high as my expectations are. You know, they're achievable. And then I had to, you know, teach their associates, you know, and say, hey, you know, so what do you think about this? You know, and then how would you do this?
Yep.
And I let them do it. And then I'm like, so what did you get out of that? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
having that follow up. And
you don't always,
That's right.
you know, and you have to let them. So this is what I would do.
Yeah.
And you could take this. Or, you know, I'm not telling you, like my mentor always says, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. But if it was me, I would try to I would do it this way, you know, and, you know, so when I do it this way, I get this result.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And following it up with, like, and here's the why too.
Exactly. Yes. And then, and after they try it my way, after trying it, I'm like, hey, which way works better? And sometimes they can mix both ways and they have a better way. Or, you know, you just never know.
I love
you know,
that.
and then they teach you something like,
That's
hey,
right.
T, did you know this? And I'm like, nah, show me. Like, you know, I'm all in.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
I'm all in.
So we ended the time here, but we do want to ask, I always ask, you know, you've had this career over 9 years. We've done all these different things. Clearly are doing some big things. What kind of advice would you give others about how do they take advantage of the opportunity that may be in front of them? So if they're a team associate or a team lead or a coach that wants to do more, like what advice would you give them to help them be willing to take that leap and take that next job?
Believe in yourself, believe in the processes, be open to constructive criticism. So that being open to that constructive criticism and that feedback that they're going to get, and, you know, and believing in the process, and just like being adaptable and being able and willing to learn, and learn from whoever you can learn from.
Yeah, sure.
And, you know, be engaged and be intentional about what it is you're saying you want to do. So if you want to be a team lead, go talk to a team lead and see what their day-to-day life is, you know. So just believe in yourself and be willing to put in the work that it's going to take to get the job done and to be successful at it. Because, you know, what got you your last job is not going to get you or keep your new job. So you got to be all in.
That's good. That's so good. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
You're clearly making a difference, T.
my goodness.
I love the passion.
Impact.
Yes. The passion you have for people.
Thank you, sir.
And I can promise you with that type of focus, the sky's the limit for you. So we can't wait to see what you do next in your career.
Thank you so much for joining us and in person.
Yes. Yeah. We love it.
I wasn't going to miss it.
Yeah. That's awesome.